Some characters are lucky, some are skilled, and some survive things that should have killed them instantly. Today we're counting down 10 video game characters who somehow survived something they didn't supposed to survive. Number 10. Nathan Drake, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Nathan Drake has always been lucky, but the opening of Uncharted 2 takes that luck to another level. He wakes up wounded inside a train hanging off the edge of a frozen cliff in the Himalayas. The train is falling apart, the weather is brutal, and he's bleeding heavily. Most people wouldn't survive 5 minutes, yet Nathan climbs through the wreckage, scales icy metal, and escapes before the train plunges into the abyss. And somehow that's only the beginning of his adventure. It's one of gaming's most famous examples of surviving the impossible. Subscribe to Susha Prime. Number 9. CJ Carl Johnson, GTA San Andreas. CJ starts his story as a street gangster. By the middle of the game, he's doing things that would terrify trained soldiers. One of the craziest examples happens during the mission Free Fall. CJ flies a small aircraft high above the desert. Then he jumps onto another moving plane in midair. Think about that for a second. No parachute, no safety equipment, just a leap between aircraft thousands of feet above the ground. He lands successfully, fights armed enemies inside the plane, takes control of it, and survives. It's one of the most ridiculous survival moments in GTA history. Subscribe to Susha Prime. Number 8. Arthur Morgan, Red Dead Redemption 2. Arthur Morgan spends his life living dangerously. Train robberies, gunfights, ambushes, escapes from the law, but one moment stands out above the rest. After a failed robbery, Arthur becomes trapped in a massive storm at sea. The ship is destroyed. Most passengers would never survive. Yet Arthur somehow washes ashore on Guarma, a tropical, I don't know if I pronounced it right, but Guarma, yeah. A tropical island far from home. Stranded, exhausted, and surrounded by enemies, he still finds a way to survive. Considering the circumstances, Arthur's survival borders on a miracle. Subscribe to my channel then, Susha Prime. Number 7. Gordon Freeman, Half-Life. Gordon Freeman begins the day as a scientist. Then the Black Mesa disaster happens. An experiment goes wrong. Reality tears apart. Aliens invade Earth. Military forces arrive. Explosions destroy entire facilities. Thousands die. Yet Gordon survives all of it. He fights through laboratories, tunnels, military assaults, and alien invasions before eventually entering Sen itself. A hidden city, so to speak. Very few ordinary humans could survive even one of those situations. Gordon survives them all. What the hell? Subscribe to Susha Prime then. Number 6. Rico Rodriguez, Just Cause 3. At some point, Rico Rodriguez stops obeying the laws of physics, that's it. He leaps from airplanes, wingsuits through explosions, survives vehicle crashes, jumps from impossible heights, and regularly destroys military installations while standing way too close to the blast radius. The amazing thing is that none of this seems unusual to him. Rico treats near-death experiences like a normal workday, that's it. If any real human attempted even a fraction of his stunts, they wouldn't last 10 minutes. Yet Rico walks away every single time. Subscribe to Susha Prime every single time. Number 5. Commander Shepard, Mass Effect 2. Commander Shepard takes this list to another level, okay? Because Shepard doesn't merely survive danger, Shepard survives death. At the beginning of Mass Effect 2, the Normandy is destroyed. The ship breaks apart in space. Shepard is blown into the vacuum. No oxygen, no protection, no chance of survival, that's it. And yet, through the Lazarus Project, Shepard returns from death, that's it. The entire galaxy believes the commander is gone forever, but somehow Shepard comes back and saves it once again. Subscribe to Susha Prime. Once again. Number 4. Corvo Attano, dishonored. Corvo's enemies wanted him dead. They framed him for murder, locked him in prison, tortured him, and prepared for his execution. The odds couldn't have been worse, yet Corvo escapes. Not only does he survive, but he turns the entire situation around. Using his skills and supernatural powers, he hunts the people responsible one by one. Most people would have died in prison. Corvo escapes and becomes a nightmare for his enemies. Subscribe to my channel then. Number 3. Talion, Middle-earth's Shadow of Mordor. Talion earns this spot for a very simple reason, that's it. He dies. At the beginning of Shadow of Mordor, Talion and his family are sacrificed by Sauron's servants. The ritual kills them. Story over, that's it. Except it isn't. Talion returns. Bound to the spirit of Celebrimbor, he rises from death itself. From that moment on, he survives countless battles against orc armies and monstrous enemies, but nothing compares to the fact that he survived something nobody survives: death. Subscribe to Susha Prime. Number 2. Ethan Winters, Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village. Ethan Winters may be the most stubborn survivor in gaming history. Throughout Resident Evil 7 and Village, Ethan suffers injuries that would instantly kill normal people. He gets attacked repeatedly, loses body parts, endures horrific wounds, and somehow keeps moving forward. Players constantly find themselves asking the same question: how is this guy still alive? Every new chapter seems determined to test the limits of human survival, yet Ethan refuses to quit, again and again, until the very end. Subscribe to Susha Prime. And number 1. Doomslayer from the game Doom Eternal. If surviving impossible situations were an Olympic sport, Doomslayer would win every gold medal. This is a character who fights hell itself. Not once, not twice, constantly. Entire armies of demons try to kill him. Ancient monsters try to kill him. Powerful rulers try to kill him. Nothing works. What the hell? The Doomslayer charges directly into situations that would destroy entire civilizations, and he survives. At some point, survival stops being impressive and becomes legendary. That's why Doomslayer takes the number 1 spot, because if anyone represents surviving the impossible, it's him. Last time, we looked at characters who discovered places they were never supposed to find. This time, we looked at characters who survived things they never should have survived. Check out that Hidden Places countdown next, and don't forget to subscribe to Susha Prime for more video game character rankings. Thank you for staying with me through the end of the video. Take care and farewell.